How's it going, everyone? Today I have an insight video for you here of what I spend, or what I have spent since September. And this is when I started traveling in Thailand and Vietnam, and using this Wise card right here for most things, but not everything. So I'll get into it. But everything that was related to traveling was from this card. So you will see what you will spend in maybe an average situation or month, and of course everyone will be different, depends what you do, where you go, but I will give you a little breakdown of the different categories so we can check it out. And first of all, so in September I went to Bangkok, and September will include some extra fees like travel insurance that I paid for 1 year. What else? Maybe some other fees, subscriptions, and what could we say? Amenities or anomalies, also things that I just bought for the first time when I started traveling. So I think it's still a bit high. So as you see, average monthly spend for the last 3 months is apparently £2,000, but that's not true. By the way, don't be scared. And this one also is not that high, not as high as it says. So we'll see. We have investments here. So first of all, it's not really spent because this is just money I put from this account to an investment account. Um, so yeah, that's still my money, and that would be a higher amount now anyway. So yeah, that we can already take off 300 from this month, so it'd be 1.1k. And in US dollars, you can convert it, but it'd be about 1.4. And then we have trips here. This included Airbnb and what I paid for an Airbnb. So that's one cost, that's legit. General, you can also pretty much take this off because also September, it's not a full month when I was traveling. I started like a few days into September. So there are also some costs from the UK that I have in this. But general is not like for going to a supermarket or something. It's sending money between my accounts, like to my other bank accounts or to family or something like that. So it's not this, you can also just remove completely. So we're pretty much down to like 900, around 900 and something pounds of what the spend is. And eating out, this would be legit. Just includes restaurants, getting deliveries because I used Grab a lot. You'll use Grab a lot if you are um, around here in Thailand and Vietnam. It's like, Uber basically, but a lot cheaper. So apparently, yeah, I spent that, but that could also include UK costs. I'm not too sure. We'll see in the other months. But yeah, that's pretty high, I would say, because you can get away with maybe £100 a month for eating out. Depends what you want to eat, I guess. And then bills, yeah, this includes travel insurance and other things like that. So I would ignore this. We can take a bit of that off of what your average monthly spend will be. It might, for like bills category, that's not including really anything. Yeah, that was mostly travel insurance. So I would say bills, you're looking at £20 a month even. So yeah, we could even take off 200. We're probably down to like £700 right now. Transport, so this is legit. Again, it would be for using Grab, and maybe the metro might be included here, or the Skyrail, like in Bangkok. Entertainment, I think some subscriptions, possibly. Not too sure what this was actually. Um, might be subscriptions, but I think that would be included in bills, so not too sure. But yeah, entertainment, just random things. Groceries, yeah, that would be like going to 7-Eleven, supermarkets, something like that. I didn't really go too much for many things, just to get some essentials for each month, and that's what I spent, just £26. And yeah, shopping would be pretty much the same, similar type of thing here. Some other shops that I went to. So in total, we're looking at around 700 and something pounds for September, which is around a bit less than $1,000 is what I spent. Maybe $900 or so. It could be. So, and I would say that's your average of what you would be looking at. So let's have a look now at October with some different costs. And uncategorized, like I said, would be similar with general, that it's nothing crazy. It would be like me sending money to other people. and between my accounts. So that's really it. But then trips, this would be again my accommodation, £303. Transportation, this was in Bangkok. I spent a bit more on transportation because I was a bit out of the city and I used Grab cars a lot, and I had to pay some toll fee, and yeah, that added some costs. So it would be lower than that usually if you're in the middle of the city. Yeah. And then general, again, sending some things, we can cut off maybe 400, around £400 here already of what you'll be spending. So yeah, down to 900. Cash, I believe, yeah, withdrawing cash from ATMs. So this was also my money, what I spent. It's not like an expense. So I don't know if we're taking that off or not. Because that's included in my money, right? It's just cash to spend in the city, as you often will need cash when you're in these countries. So keep that in mind. And yeah, groceries, again, going to the shops, supermarkets. Investments, I probably put just £30 to something. So yeah, I still have that. So we can take that off also. Eating out would be restaurants, maybe could be Grab also, I'm not too sure. But yeah, just going to restaurants and so on. Entertainment, some subscriptions, shopping, random shops. So yeah, again, you're looking at around 800 to 900 is what I spent. Maybe £800 there, taking off the few things here. Yeah, around 700, 800. So it's pretty consistent. And you can see November is also very similar, the prices. Alright, continuing, as I just left for a moment. But yeah, so November. November, where was I? I think during this month I came to Vietnam. Yeah, I think the end of November. So it's like partly both countries. But transport, this may include flights. It would include quite a few things. I'm not too sure. Let's check it out. What's transport including right here? We have a lot of Grab. Oh damn. Maybe it's just maybe it's just Grab. I think it's all Grab. It might be. Yeah, as you can see. So what I was saying is like, yeah, this was going to the airport. You had those costs. You have the costs of going to places in Bangkok with the toll fee that I had, but that's not for everyone. That's just if you're out a bit further out. So transport was really high that month. But yeah, that should go way down when we get to the other months. Personal care, not sure what I did there. Personal care, 286. I think going to the dentist, what would that be? Let me check that out real quick. All right, so I checked it out and I got it. Yeah, that was a big health check I did. I did in Bangkok, like wherever I got get ad block popping up. But yeah, don't worry about ad block. I don't use ad block. But yeah, so in personal care, it was a full health check that I did, and I decided to do this like every year. So you know, if you're abroad, I think it's just a good idea. And that was a pretty pricey thing. I think maybe I got ripped off, to be honest. I'm not sure, but included it was a full health check in personal care, and I went to the dentist, and I got some medication and buying things from pharmacies, and that was included in personal care. So that's something that, again, you won't have that expense. You can break that down to like £20 a month, 20 something pounds a month. Yeah, just talking about healthcare for the year, I feel like. And even a dentist is only around £20, $25 to get your teeth cleaned, to get like a filling. It will be around $25 each one, which is amazing compared to the UK. And again, general, we can take that off. It's bank transfers, so down to 1.1. Cash, withdrew quite a bit of cash there, so it was still my money. Didn't really, well, I spent it, so yeah, I spent all of the cash, so we can still keep it there. Investments, some money, we can take off 120. So yeah, down to around 1,000. Entertainment, groceries, and so on. Again, trips. Not sure what would be included in trips for £20. Could be like some type of transportation. Not sure, but yeah, that's it. So we got everything there. That was about a bigger month than before. I would say about £1,000. And then December, you see, it says huge, but general was a lot. There's a lot of bank transfers there. Trips would include accommodation and a few other things. Um, Not exactly too sure. I think I did some excursions. Yeah, that's it. Stuff like that. Going to different places just around. So that was with Get Your Guide. And then transport. This is using Grab. So I spent quite a bit there. 218. Really, it's higher than I expected. Uncategorized, we can also take that off. So probably down to about 1.1 even right now before the other things. Cash, entertainment. Yeah, so I think 1.1 for December is what I spent. And it was like Christmas and things like that. I treated myself, I guess. Alright, I'm continuing. So yeah, it's about 1.1. January, you see very high amount of transactions here between accounts. So down that would be £1,000. Um, Withdrew a lot of cash in January. And yeah, you need cash even more in Vietnam than in Thailand, I would say. Feels like that. So yeah, looking at £1,000 transport. I think I can average that out. Transport to around £200 a month. Then that's what I'm spending. But I'm always traveling a lot around because I'm trying to meet people and go to different events and doing things like this. Just general socializing. So yeah, transport can be a bit. Investments, that's my money. Oh, I guess then January was not a very high month because we can take off another 200 there, so probably down to about 800. Eating out, this should be restaurants, yeah, not Grab food. I think that would be included in transport, like getting Grab deliveries. So I think this is just in restaurants, 153. But of course, if you don't go to more expensive restaurants like the foreign restaurants, you'll spend significantly less. Then yeah, trips. Some trip I did in January. Not sure where I went in January, but somewhere. Um, yeah, I don't know. Where did I go? No idea. But I just stayed around Da Nang area. It could be some excursion again, but yeah. Groceries, entertainment, bills, yeah, these general things that you might be paying, subscriptions and so on. Okay, so yeah, we're looking around £800 for that month, and then we have here February seemed really high, but I put a lot of money from this account to investments, so yeah, that's just nothing. We can take that off. So we're down to 1.4. Yeah. In general, we can take this off really, mostly. Maybe down to, yeah, 800-ish what I spent. We have cash, transport. Transport was a bit lower here, which is great to see. Eating out, 129, pretty high there though. And uncategorized, yeah, not too sure what that is, but I'll leave that in. It was probably around another £800 month, I would say. So you can see that on average, it's around 800 what I'm spending. And this month, it's the 19th today. So it's been 2/3 of the month. You can see if we take off this like £900 maybe, take off the investments, so it'd be like 500. I really haven't spent as much this month. I've been more like reserved this month, you could say, or more as like more cautious with what I'm spending. Haven't been on any excursions, haven't done any crazy things. So yeah, that's it. I think this month would be probably the least that I spent. I can imagine it'll come to like £700, maybe 650, 700, I'd say. Yeah, for the things that I have planned, maybe around 700. And even just today, I withdrew cash, and I still have this cash. So even take off a little bit more, I've only spent around 400 and something, and that also includes. Oh, actually, no. So general, this is my rent. This is for rent. Yeah, so we can take off just the 400 here and a bit of and most of the cash. Probably like no £60 of the cash plus this 460, so it's like 700. It's just below around 700, let's say. Yeah, just below 700 of what I've spent this month so far. So actually, it's not as small as I thought. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I would say the month is going to come to maybe 900 then. Yeah. it hasn't been that small. And then I will also be booking a trip to my flights to Bangkok. Yeah, and one thing is that you when you have an apartment here for like 3 months, you must give them a deposit. So I will also get my deposit back at some point, and the deposit I gave in February it would be. So that would be part of this general too. I spent a little more there, but it was only around £100. So yeah, um, we can conclude then that it's between eight and 900 is what I'm spending, what I have spent living out here, and that's what you can expect to spend on general bills for a month, and living a pretty good life of just doing whatever you want. I would say around £900, which would be 1.1k in US dollars, 1,100 US dollars or so, maybe 1.2. Yeah, and for this you can feel great and have basically whatever you want, as long as you're not splurging. But if you want to, then of course do that. But yeah, so for me, this is fine. Um, yeah, no problems there. So I think that's all great. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope this was useful and realistic and insightful. And let me know. Yeah, so see you in the next one.